Why would a patient choose to invest $1,500 in a crown when they could go somewhere else and pay a fraction of that through insurance? Is that because they were convinced? Is it because the practice has better marketing? Is it because they found wealthier patients? No, the answer is much deeper. Patients don't say yes to higher dentistry because you convince them. They say yes because they understand the value, they trust the relationship, and they believe the decision is right for them. For decades, I have had the privilege of working alongside dental practices that are making this exact transition, moving from an insurance-dependent model to a more relationship-driven practice model. And what I've learned is this: the practices that succeed don't simply change their fees. It requires a new way of communicating, leading, and creating value. Because here is where many practices get stuck. They believe the challenge is the number. How do I get patients to accept a $1,500 crown? How do I get people to understand why we're different? How do I compete when someone down the street is cheaper? But the number is not the real issue. The real question is, what has to be true for a patient to confidently choose a $1,500 investment? And the answer is trust. Because patients don't wake up wanting a crown. They don't wake up wanting an implant or periodontal therapy. They wake up with a story. They may be embarrassed about their smile, or they've been avoiding care for years. They may be afraid of what they'll hear. They may be worried about the financial investment. They may simply be looking for someone they can trust. And if we only present dentistry, we miss the human being sitting in front of us. The practices that thrive understand something important. Patients are not buying a procedure. They're investing in a better version of their life. They're investing in confidence, in health, in peace of mind. They're investing in the ability to smile, eat, speak, and live differently. But this doesn't happen by accident. The practices that successfully make the transition intentionally build the systems, communication skills, team alignment, and leadership behaviors that support this level of care. They learned how to have deeper conversations. They learned how to listen differently. They learned how to uncover what actually matters to each patient. And this is why I believe communication is one of the greatest growth opportunities in dentistry today, because clinical excellence is essential. Technology is incredible. Systems matter, but none of those things replace the human connection required for a patient to feel safe making an important decision. Technology can process information. AI can analyze data. Systems can improve efficiency. But humans create transformation. Only a human being can sit across from another person and understand their fears, their hopes, their hesitation, and their dreams. So if you are a practice owner thinking about transitioning away from insurance dependence, the question may not be, how do I convince more patients to say yes? The better question is, how do I create an environment where patients feel understood enough to make the best decision for themselves? Because when patients trust you, they don't just choose your dentistry, they choose you. If you're a practice owner trying to build a healthier culture, improve patient communication, or create sustainable growth, send me a message. I'd love to hear what you're working on.